A video format is broken down into three things. There's the hook, the body, and then there's the CTA. The most important part is the hook.
The hook can make or break your video, and you are a hook expert. Yes. So how do you craft a good hook?
A visual hook is basically, let's say this camera right here, I just walk in front of it. That's my visual hook.
Yeah.
Or like when they bring me the tray of food, that's a visual hook. A sound effect hook is in the beginning of the video, if you put like this ding.
That one small sound effect can potentially get you millions of views.
Yeah, because it gets your attention.
Today's guest is Ali, a 19-year-old entrepreneur who's rewriting the rules of social media. He's the founder of a content creation agency that's helped brands generate over 7 figures in revenue without spending a single dollar on ads. With more than 1 billion organic views across 30-plus companies, some of them global giants, Ali has mastered what most marketers only dream of, turning attention into impact. This is his story, and this is the blueprint to going viral.
The algorithm is basically a set of rules that the app gives you to follow to make sure that a piece of content is good to post. If we go by the algorithm, then nothing's gonna work out. Because
really?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Infinite Perspective Podcast. I'm your host, Hamad Mustafa, speaking to you from Dubai. Today, I'm really excited to be speaking to Ali, a 19-year-old Iraqi who has generated over 1 billion views for over 30 clients of his. Now, we live in a world where that's a dream for most marketers and CEOs. We're in a world where the algorithm, attention, it's a currency and people are trying to crack it. And this young man has managed to do just that quietly behind the scenes. We're going to talk about how he did it, what he learned along the way, and he's going to be revealing his exact process of how he comes up with ideas and how he comes up with this entire framework where these videos get massive amounts of views. So without further ado, welcome to the podcast, man. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Man.
It's a
pleasure is mine.
Thank you so much.
So immediately I want to get into, first of all, how did you get into content creation?
So when I first started social media and everything, I was actually 15. I was doing my GCSEs at the time. And actually, instead of like studying for my GCSEs and doing my chemistry and whatever, I used to watch videos on YouTube on how to create content. Because at that time, it was COVID.
Right.
So everything was online. So everything would be through videos and everything. And my parents, they would come from behind me. They would see YouTube videos and I'd be like, yeah, this is chemistry. This is biology. Like, don't worry about it.
Makes sense.
But in reality, it would be courses. It would be stuff that would teach me about it. And then I started working with, as many of you all know, Hasani.
Yeah.
I've worked with Hasani. I've did video editing for him. I handled social media for a while. And then after that, I started uni. And then I was really, I was really pressured from uni. Because I did foundation. And my classes were from like 8 a.m. to like 8 p.m. every day. So the work started being inconsistent, and then unfortunately me and Hassan stopped working. After that, I started working with another company for social media, and I was a content creator for them. So basically through that, I learned how to create content, come up with ideas, shoot the videos and everything. And at that time I was 17. After that, the owner of the company, he was just like, Ali, I see that you're putting in so much work into my company. Why don't you just do this for yourself?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Like, let me try to do something, you know? Because before that, I tried e-commerce, I tried drop shipping and everything, but nothing seemed to work out. So I was like, you know what? I'm pretty good at social media. Let me just try something. Had my first client in 2023 November. It was a billiard spot. It was like a gaming cafe type thing. And I didn't do them the best, but I didn't do bad with them. I got them a video like 70K, 80K and whatever.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, but then the owner was a bit too hard to deal with. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to work. And my first paycheck was 2,000 dirhams through that. After that, I had no client from November 2023 till March 2024. Now, March 2024 is when I got in contact with Meet the Cheese. It was during Ramadan. So I went to the spot. I texted them on Instagram. I was like, "Can I have the owner's number? I want to do a collaboration for social media." And then it was back and forth for like a week, us discussing how many videos, what's the payment, and everything. Everything got covered. And then same day, I went to shoot with them, and they had this Ramadan offer, which was for 25 dirhams. I think you've seen it.
We've all seen it.
Yeah.
We've all seen that stuff.
I think you've seen it. And I'm gonna say something that no one knows about, but that video idea was a mistake.
Okay.
So let me explain how it was a mistake. So for 25 dirhams, you get this burger with fries, drink, dates, water, sweets, and everything. So he told me that the meal is 25 dirhams. Then he brings the meal. He's like, "Here's your Ramadan combo." I'm like, "MashaAllah, I get all of this for 35 dirhams?" I forgot the original price of the meal. That's why I said 35.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I said 35. And he's like, "No, 25." And if you go look at the clip, before I cut it out, he's reaching to redo the clip again to take the tray
Right.
back. And then I was like, no, keep it. I think I've just done something here.
Yeah.
Let's just test it out. He was like, okay. So video done. I posted same day. Next day, the video is at 1 million views on Instagram Reels.
MashaAllah.
And it's at like 700K on TikTok. And then I go the next day because we planned to shoot the day after it. There was literally no space in the restaurant. Because you remember how Meet the Cheese was small. It's not big as now. There was literally no space for me to walk. I couldn't shoot. I couldn't do anything. And they were like, "Ali, this is something that we've never seen before. We've paid influencers. We've done like tens of thousands of dirhams on ads. The fact that you came in here with a 20-second video and this is what you did, we want to work with you long term." I was like, "Yalla, let's run it."
Bro, I just want to say for people that don't know, this particular spot and the other restaurants that you worked with, they are always packed. That's what me and my friends have the biggest problem is, if we're going to go to this place, are we even going to find space? Because that's how packed they're. You can literally see the results as like you go to that place.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you now about the algorithm and going viral. Do you think it's something that comes with luck, or is it something that's more that kind of can be learned, or is something that has a process?
See, there's always a percentage of luck when creating content, because you can have the best video, best editing, best videography, best script, best idea, best everything, and the video still won't go viral. While on the other hand, you can have someone who literally makes content on his iPhone 7, posts it, and he goes viral. You know?
Exactly.
But the whole point of making content for businesses is that you try to increase the chances of videos going viral. That's why there's no social media agency that guarantees virality.
True.
Because it's not possible. If it was 100% framework and algorithm and whatever they say, then they would guarantee you views. They wouldn't say, "Oh, this is 100% proven, but we don't guarantee it." Like, how is it 100% proven and you don't guarantee it? So whenever I meet a client, I'm always like, "I don't guarantee you anything. These are my past results. These are the people in your niche, the ones that are competing with you, and this is what I've done for them. I don't guarantee you the same results, but I guarantee you that I'm gonna put in the same effort that I've done for them."
Yeah.
That's it. And that's when we start. So I can definitely say that it is about like the framework and about the content that you make, but there always has to be a percentage of luck.
True.
You know?
What's the most amount of views what video has gotten?
Most amount of views, it was a restaurant in Dubai Mall called Anna. Their video is at, I think at the moment, 13 million views on TikTok.
Wow.
And on Instagram, it's at like 10 million views. Yeah.
So how do you manage to create a video that is essentially an ad, but it's kind of an ad that people want to see, and it's an ad that actually goes viral? That's like really hard to do.
Yeah. So what you do, see, a video format is broken down into three things. There's the hook, the body, and then there's the CTA. The most important part is the hook. Okay? The first 3 seconds is literally what makes or breaks the video. If your first 3 seconds are bad, it does not matter what value you provide. It does not matter how good your CTA is. It's not going to go viral. Nothing is going to happen to the video. So you need to take care of your hook to be able to ensure that, okay, this video does have a chance of going viral. And then after that, you need to make sure that the other things align with it, like the value that you're going to provide with the CTA.
Makes sense.
So that's what you need to do. And then there are tons of ways that you could play around the content, especially because these days content creation is like a weapon for all businesses.
True.
So everyone is trying new stuff on content. Everyone's doing like random ideas. So you can get creative with it, and you can see like how you could play around with it, how you can make it fit into this niche, how you could do it on this specific client. So there's a lot of ways that you could play around content.
Okay. And what niches do you work with at the moment?
At the moment, mostly F&B. That's what I'm specialized in. I'm specialized in F&B, but I do have automotive garages. I have perfumes. I have, what else? I have car rentals. So, yeah, I do work with quite a few niches, but mainly I'm specialized in F&B.
And do you see the results being consistent across the niches, or is it?
No, there's a big difference between every niche. To me, at least, because it's what I specialize in, F&B is the easiest for my side. And then after that, immediately comes the automotive business. That's for me. Like automotive garages, to be specific, not car rentals. Car rentals, for me, I don't know why it's a bit hard to get views on.
Okay.
But yeah, it depends on what you specialize in. Like to some people, getting views in F&B is hard, but for them in car rental, it's way easier.
True, yeah.
You know? So it depends on what you specialize in. I think it's because I've built my craft to the point where it just matches F&B, that whatever clients I get in F&B just pops off.
Makes sense.
You know?
Makes sense. It's almost that you have developed an intuition that's like at a subconscious level for you, where someone like me, for example, who does work in media may not be able to understand. It's because you've done it for such a long time that you are subconsciously driven to just be successful in any video that you make.
Yeah. See, it's to be honest, when I do content for F&B, I'm confident in what I do because I know what works, I know what doesn't. I've done this like a million times. But when it comes to a new niche, it's kind of tricky because at the end of the day, you have to prove yourself in that niche. And because the client is paying top notch, he also expects results. So you try your best to really push the content, to try to do something new, try to give him more deliverables to make sure that he gets what he is looking for.
Makes sense. And do you ever use paid ads, or has that
No. I never use ads. My content is fully organic. I think it's the best way for any business, to be fair with you. Because any of us, if anyone sees an ad on YouTube while you're watching a video, you'd usually just skip it.
Skip it, yeah.
You know, you wouldn't be like, oh, this is actually a good business. You'd leave it.
Right.
But if it pops up on your feed, if it catches your attention, you're going to be like, okay, let me see what this business is about.
True.
You know? So that's why I've decided to go full on organic marketing. I feel like it's the best thing, and it's literally the new currency of our era.
Absolutely, it is. But for someone who does want to use ads, would you encourage it, or do you think that's something that can potentially harm your brand? Because some people say that Instagram incentivizes you to use ads. So if you use them once, it's not going to push out your content organically. Is that true? Have you seen that to be the case?
See, a lot of people say that, but actually one of my cousins, he has a clothing shop in Iraq, and I made content for him while I was there on vacation. And he boosts his videos. He doesn't even do them through the ads manager. So that was the biggest conspiracy, was that people say, if you boost your videos, forget about going viral.
Okay.
But when I did it with him, the second video that I've posted for him got like 1.2 million views.
All right.
On and it was something he's never seen before, because all he does is boost.
Okay.
So people tell me, oh, if you do ads and if you do boost, then your content won't go viral. But I'm like, guys, I've literally done it.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
And yeah, maybe in some cases it doesn't, I don't know, to be honest, but from my experience, I see that it doesn't have that much of an effect.
All right.
Because if it did, then my cousin's videos wouldn't go viral.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Now, a buzzword these days that everyone's throwing around is the algorithm. A lot of people claim to know the algorithm. A lot of people are banging their heads on the wall because they don't understand the algorithm. In your experience, what do you think the algorithm really is?
See, the algorithm is basically a set of rules that the app gives you to follow to make sure that a piece of content is good to post. But if we go by the algorithm, then nothing's gonna work out. Because
really?
Yeah, because what they try to tell you is how to create content, but there are people on social media doing the complete opposite, yet going viral. For example, in the algorithm, they do not promote cussing in videos.
Yeah.
But me and you know a lot of people that cuss crazy in their videos and they still go viral.
Okay.
Like Kaisana, Drewski, or like all these people, they cuss, but they
Right.
still go viral. So that's against the algorithm. So I don't think the algorithm is bad, but I don't think that it's a metric to help you go viral.
Okay.
In my opinion. Because I've never followed the algorithm.
A lot of people think that the algorithm is basically the thing that makes you go viral. So you're saying that it's just more so a guideline, and virality is just human psychology. Like anything that people like is gonna go viral. There's no real...
Yeah. It's not related to the algorithm at all. If you put out a good piece of content, it's gonna go viral regardless.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what you say in it, how you post it, how you record it. If it's a good piece of content, it's gonna get views.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you seen the approach that you take in? Okay. By the way, first of all, I've seen a lot of people copy you as well. Like these days.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
To be honest, I mean, it's a sign that I'm doing something right.
I have friends that have literally copied you, and they've told me that I'm copying others.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sign that you're doing something right in life, you know, if people are copying you. And good luck to all of you who copy my ideas. To be honest, I'm happy for you guys because I know that you guys are trying to make money out of this and everything. And to be honest, I don't need to have any hard feelings toward it. Because me, myself, I copy ideas. Like, I'm no one to say, oh, you shouldn't copy my ideas, you know? But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. The especially the meat the cheese idea that I've done. Everyone used it. That idea went viral worldwide.
True.
I've seen it in India. I've seen it in Bahrain. I've seen it in so many restaurants
Everywhere,
in Dubai.
yeah.
Yeah. Everyone has done it. Everyone. And people use it till this day. And yet no one knows that I'm the one that came up with it.
You're the face behind that. That's what I'm trying to say is you, a 19-year-old, you don't have a marketing degree, do you?
No, I'm 19. I'm not, and I had my marketing company when I was 17.
And there you go. People are getting literal degrees. So I have a media company too, and when I'm working with clients, I'm supposed to be engaged with their marketing team. And those people are usually who've spent a long time and a lot of money on marketing degrees, while I and you, we don't have any marketing degrees.
Yeah.
But we are the ones that they're outsourcing to get that attention. So, do you think that it's worth in 2025 getting a marketing degree, or do you think practical experience is more important?
Absolutely not, bro. If you want to do marketing, or if you want to do any type of business, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's drop shipping, whether it's crypto, forex, whatever it is, university is not the way. Because all of these business ventures that I just mentioned, they're more practical than theory. You don't study how to go viral. You actually go and put the work in. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing for e-commerce. Like, you're not going to learn how to make $1 million through Shopify by reading books. You need to actually try to do something.
Exactly.
You know? So I do think a marketing degree is useless. And I've seen it with my own eyes because I literally have marketing managers texting me, telling me to handle their content. And I'm like, well, what's your role here? You know, You're the one that's with a degree and that has this high position. Oh, I'm head of marketing, but yet you don't even know what to do for your own business. You can't even create content. You can't even run paid ads. You can't even do SEOs. You can't. What's the point of your marketing degree?
True.
You know, and I feel like it's very unfair for the people that do have marketing degrees to see people younger than them without degrees doing their job 10 times better.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like they have been lied to by society and by their families by telling them, oh, without a degree, you cannot do anything. But in reality, that's not the case at all.
True.
Completely not the case. I know so many millionaires that have made their money while being a college dropout. You know, so I don't think that not even just marketing degrees, I don't think degrees as a whole should justify who you are as a person, and I don't think it should set out an impression to other people on what you do.
No, makes sense.
Yeah.
And honestly, same thing. There are some people that are also kind of stubborn when they're learning marketing and they're getting a degree through formal education in it. They don't really acknowledge the power that TikTok and Instagram and short form content has over marketing. Now, I think if we make like a pie chart, maybe TikTok and TikTok and Reels are probably like the biggest chunk of it.
It's the most important thing.
Right. And there are people who don't acknowledge that, and instead they pursue degrees and formal education rather than actually understanding it.
No.
And then they end up missing that entire piece of the pie.
Not at all. See, the thing is, everything you need to know about marketing on social media, everything you need to know about content is literally for free on YouTube.
True.
There's so many resources from people who have actually had marketing companies showing you what they did. Those professors in university, no offense to them, but if they had a successful marketing company, they wouldn't be teaching you how to do it.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think they would teach you how to make a business through a book. They would show you practically how to do it.
True.
I think there's this guy, I forgot what's his name, but I think Mo Vlogs recently talked about him. He opened up a uni for entrepreneurship, but there's no studying.
Okay.
There's no studying in the uni. With you get marks based on how successful your business is.
Okay.
And based on how much money you made.
All right.
And I think that's how all unis should be for not all unis actually. All unis that have business departments in it.
Right.
I think that's what they should do to make sure that their students actually get experience, because what's the point of you getting this 4-year degree and then when you go to apply for a job they tell you, okay, what's the experience, what have you done?
Yeah, exactly.
You feel like you've just wasted 4 years because they say that this is the gateway to get a job.
Yeah.
But then you go there and they're like, no experience, I don't want you. Well, what the fuck is your degree gonna do?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. I don't know if you've seen those LinkedIn posts where for entry-level positions, there are now companies asking minimum 2 years experience, like for an entry-level position. Like
Crazy.
How someone with a degree is supposed to get a job. It's literally impossible. Now, I want to ask you something interesting. Would you rather have 100 million views or would you rather get $10,000 if you had to choose?
Yeah, see, a lot of people are gonna say I'm biased on this, but I would genuinely prefer the 100 million views.
Okay.
Just because I know how much money you can make from 100 million views. Maybe to the average viewer, they don't know how much money they can actually make from views. But let's say you're selling a $100 product to over 100 million people, and let's say 1% of them converts. Let me bring out my calculator for this. Should I screen record to?
If you want to, yeah, sure.
So it would be better, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just do this. So you have 100 million multiplied by 0.01. You made $1 million through a $100 product, which is not hard to sell at all.
Yeah.
It's $100.
Yeah.
It's $100.
What was the conversion rate?
1%.
1%.
1%.
Which
out
is
of
like
100
usually
million.
what the conversion rate for products is online.
Yeah, you see? So 100 million views really does make you more money. And I've seen it with my own clients.
Right.
For Meet the Cheese, I've got them around 800 million views. And I've seen that the amount of views that I've got them has converted into so much orders and so much money and so much exposure to them, to the point now where they're just expanding all over the place. They opened a branch in Ras Al Khaimah, and they're about to open 2 new branches. They're going to open a new restaurant as well.
Yeah.
So all these views did not just go to waste for nothing.
Yeah.
They actually made something out of it. And other than that, soon enough, they're going to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be the first restaurant in GCC to have a silver play button, which is going to be sick.
Wow. That's
it's going to be
unbelievable.
sick. Yeah, that's going to be sick.
I think at such a success level, owners, after their wives, aside from their wives, the next person they have on their phone is the marketing person, because they're really important to the business in terms of like how much revenue. If you were to say, give an estimate of how much money your marketing, your content has given to companies, how much revenue you've made, how much would you say that number is?
Oh, I've never thought of that. It's definitely over 7 figures. That's definitely for F&B. If I can give like a range, I would say anywhere from 4 to 7 million dirhams.
Makes sense.
Is what I've helped these clients make. Because I've worked with clients that also sell high ticket products, which means that if they get a sale for like $3,000, it's like, you know, and if they get 100 of that per month and everything, so like they're making
True.
good enough money, you know. And FMB is very easy to get results on. So when I've done that, I've worked with Dalmayer as well, the coffee machine people. And let me tell you guys something as well. So on social media, you don't always have to get hundreds and thousands and millions of views to get sales. Okay. If you get quality audience, it's more than enough. For example, there's a video that I've done for Dalmayer that got like 10,000 views. Okay. And when I posted it on my story, people were like, Ali, it's 10,000 views. Why are you posting this? I'm like, bro, this video got them over like 100 leads.
Wow.
From 10,000 views. And I didn't know this. I came the next day, and the sales manager, she came to me. She was like, we have so many leads of people asking for this machine. And at that time, I did not know something as quality audience existed.
Yeah.
I was like, how is this possible? Like, what do you mean you have over 100 leads from a video that barely crossed 10K? She's like, come, I'll show you all the emails. And it's literally people by the minute texting. They want to know what the offer is and how they could get the machine and how they could get this delivered to their house. And then I was like, okay, so for a business to see results, they don't always need those high numbers and views.
True.
They could get like 20, 30K, but if it's a quality audience, then that's it. You're going to get sales.
Absolutely.
So if you're aiming for virality, then it's a different thing. If you're aiming for sales, all you need is just good content talking about your product. Even if it gets 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 views, you're still going to get sales. But if you're aiming for virality, that's when you need those high numbers. And sometimes both of them mix together. Sometimes you can get millions of views of quality audience, which means you're going to make insane amounts of money.
True.
So it depends on how you make the content, how the ideation is, how the script is. And yeah, I think if you're a business owner and you're still not on social media, you're missing out.
Absolutely. And what would you say is a very common mistake that you see business owners make with their social medias?
A very common mistake is that they think creating content is easy.
Okay.
Just because there are people out there that make content look easy, like you see the idea, you're like, oh, what is this? It doesn't even take much effort.
Yeah.
But then when you actually try to do it, it's different. It's a different game. Some people make things look easy, but it's actually very hard to do. And I think that's what most business owners face. They think that creating content is not hard.
Right.
It's a very hard job. And they also think that social media is not something important at the current moment, which is completely false. Because if you're not on social media, then how are you getting exposure?
Right.
So, and another thing, so many businesses think that they don't need to create content for their business. They just rely on influencers and ads and whatever. And it's the complete opposite. Why are you paying these influencers like 10,000 dirhams, 6,000 dirhams, 7,000 dirhams when you could invest that into your own business and you become your own influencer?
True.
Like at this point, Meet the Cheese, they don't even need me to create content. Any video that they post is going to get views because
Absolutely.
That's it. They're no name. Why don't you invest that same type of money into your business? Why are you giving it to someone else to make one video for you and then that's it? People will not even remember you anymore.
Exactly.
I think the whole influencer thing, obviously it's something important to have influencers, but I don't think you should leave out creating content for your business for the sake of working with influencers.
Makes sense.
You don't leave one thing for one thing.
You shouldn't over depend on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you had problems with companies that bring you on board to work, but they already have fake followers? Has that ever negatively impacted the content that you make? Because I've heard a lot of agency owners face this problem.
What do you mean exactly? You mean like companies that I've worked with that already have a big name?
No, that have fake followers. So basically,
have fake followers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like if someone you're working with has already purchased, let's say, 9,500 fake followers, and they only have 500 real followers. So those videos are going to be sent out to the 10,000 followers because those are fake accounts. Instagram or TikTok is going to identify that they're not getting engagement, and so the video doesn't go viral. Have you had this issue being faced with these sort of clients?
To be honest, I had a client before that did that they worked with another marketing company, and that marketing company bought them followers. Okay? And yeah, a lot of people have told me that if you buy fake followers, then it ruins the content. But again, this is a conspiracy.
Okay.
Because the client that I worked with, they got a viral video.
Okay.
So I think there are a lots of conspiracies in content creation and everything, but so far, I haven't seen that they are actual issues to face. Because whatever issue they come to me with, whether they tell me, oh, Ali, they're boosting, that's why it's not going viral. I'm like, no, look, this is my cousin. I'm like, no, meet the cheese. Before I worked with them, all they did was boost, you know? And when they tell me, oh, fake followers, I'm like, look, I have this client, they have a video with over 100K views, and they bought followers. So it doesn't matter. It's just about the content that you put out. If it's good content, it will go viral regardless, you know?
All right, makes sense. So you think, would you encourage people to get fake followers, or do you think that's a bad idea in general?
No. There's no need for it. I mean, in some cases, I don't know, people say that it ruins the account. I don't really know, to be honest, because what I've done with these companies, I don't know if it's just the way I do my marketing or I don't get it, because they tell me that this affects the account and nothing will go viral, but then 1 week later, I literally debunk this conspiracy.
Okay.
So I think it's better if you step away from it. I think it's better if you do not do it at all. Like with views, with followers, with engagement and everything. Just don't do it. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of everything, you know?
There's this person that I know, I worked with her, and she purchased 1 million fake followers on Instagram, but her reels and those videos get only like 100, 200 views because there's no real people, you know. And if you go to her profile, that's like a really bad image, really bad thing to see.
Terrible image. Yeah. Terrible image. Because then it shows that you're living a fake life.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't want to be that person that's known for having fake followers and getting no views. I mean, if she had fake followers and she was getting views, then fair enough.
Yeah.
But your videos are getting 200 views and you have 1 million followers. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, you've mentioned that the hook can make or break your video, and you
100%.
are a hook expert.
Yes.
So how do you craft a good hook?
How do you craft a good hook? That's a very good question. See, there are many type of ways to do hooks. First of all, there's a visual hook. Then there's the sound effect hook. And then there's the audio hook. So a visual hook is basically, let's say this camera right here, I just walk in front of it. That's my visual hook.
Yeah.
Or like when they bring me the tray of food, that's a visual hook. A sound effect hook is in the beginning of the video, if you put like this ding, you know, like the sound effect, the bell sound effect. I've used this with all my clients, and usually it always helps with getting the video, getting the viewer past the 3-second mark.
That one small sound effect can potentially get you millions of views.
Yeah, because it gets your attention. It's like a ding. What's going on? You know? And then the last one is the audio hook. Audio hook is basically when you put a song in the beginning to catch their attention.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people, especially during this era, they love to listen to music. Yeah. So if you put on a catchy song, if you put on something that's relevant, they're gonna not watch the video because they care about what you're saying. They're gonna watch it because they're attached to the song. They're gonna be singing in the back of their heads. They're gonna know, okay. Because there's also motivational videos that use certain audios. So some people who are interested in watching motivational videos and this red pill type content, when they hear this type of audio, they're going to be like, okay, maybe this piece of advice is going to help me change my business, change the way I view this, change the way I view that. So let me just watch it, you know? So yeah, there are different ways to do your hooks. And I think you do them based on the niche that you're in.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
All right. Now, let's say you decided to start your own restaurant tomorrow. Okay. How would you go about making that specific business viral? Are you going to have to create offers in your business, in your restaurant? Are you going to have to come up with the specific products that you think are going to go viral? Or like, how would you specifically apply this to your own business?
Okay. So if I was to open a cafeteria type thing, then yes, obviously I'd go down the offers route. And because I'm pretty good at it, I know that overnight the business will do crazy. But if I'm trying to open a fine dining restaurant, then that's where the whole marketing thing kind of changes.
Okay.
So when you're doing fine dining, what you try to sell isn't the food, you try to sell the experience.
Makes sense, yeah.
And that's when you're gonna actually need to bring in those influencers to come and showcase your restaurant, basically, you know. And then you're gonna have to do some paid ads. You're gonna have to do some other stuff, micro influencers and all that, to make sure that the restaurant does get known, you know. And for fine dining, like these type of restaurants, they need to have a bigger budget to do everything. Because first of all, you need to make sure that your profile grid looks good.
Yeah.
You need to have proper photography and videography. And then other thing is your content has to be on point.
Okay.
And then third thing is you need exposure. And you get that exposure through influencers. And I would suggest for every business owner, if you're trying to get influencers, go for local influencers. Because to me, I always see locals supporting other locals.
Yeah.
So if you have like a local business that you're running, make sure that you get a local influencer because they always like to support each other.
Yeah.
And other than that, local influencers have this local audience that we all know has a lot of money to spend.
True.
So that would be your best bet. Don't go going for no Europeans or whatever. Just go for whatever is here.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
All right. Now, what is something that agency owners and people who have already gone viral think that they gatekeep? Do you think there are things that people don't really expose about virality or how to get views?
I don't think there's a secret formula or something that we don't know about social media. Because, like Fahad said on the podcast before this, no, it wasn't before this. Yeah, it was a while ago. But
Yeah.
regardless, when Fahad was on the podcast, he mentioned that he copies, and other people copy him.
Yeah.
That's social media, in a nutshell.
Right.
It's copying. That's all it is. There's no need for you to come out and say, "Oh, I have this proven framework. Oh, I have this formula. Oh, I have this and that." No. Everyone copies one another. Sometimes it's not word by word, but they just copy the main idea and then they twist it in their own way. And I don't think there's anything to gatekeep about social media, but it's not about what you can learn on social media. It's about what work can you put.
Okay.
You know, so you're gonna learn more about social media if you go and work for a business rather than watching online videos about it.
Right.
You know, online videos can give you the rough idea, but when you go and actually apply it to the business, you're gonna be like, okay, this works different here because this does not align with that. You know what I'm saying? You start to connect dots, and then you start to figure out the game slowly and slowly and slowly.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, makes sense. And I think the thing that you mentioned about Fahad, his content on the surface, while he makes all sorts of videos, sometimes they're comedic, but there's a very intelligent underlying thought process that's gone behind it that a lot of people don't see with viral content. Many people just assume it's something that you don't have to be smart to do, but you actually need to be really smart in order to understand what's going
to be very creative.
You need to also, at a certain point, understand psychology. Do you feel that? Do you feel like when you're coming up with ideas, you need to think from the mind of the audience, like actually adopt that psychology?
100%.
So how does your thought process go when you're coming up with, let's say, some new ideas for a new business that in a niche that you haven't worked with before?
Okay. So the way I come up with ideas is, first of all, I have a strategy session with the client. I try to understand their business. Okay. After I understand their business, I build their avatar. Basically, avatar is someone who's looking for the service or the product that they're looking for. And after I find the avatar, I find the issues that this avatar is facing, and why this client can be a solution to the problem that he has. Okay. You know, so then through that, I'm able to create like tons of content through it that says, okay, shit, this client can help me get out of XYZ if I just do 1, 2, 3, you know?
Okay.
So that's how I usually go about it with new clients. That's how I do it.
That's excellent. And specifically, have you ever had a problem with a particular client being a little bit troublesome in the ideas that you present?
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna mention names, but I have worked with a client that even though I've got him good results, just so you know, first video 7.6 million views.
Wow.
Second video was in the millions as well. I've made for him like 10 videos, and TikTok account was at 13k followers.
Okay.
And there was a video with 7.6 million, 3.6 million, 900k, 1.3. But he just didn't, he just wanted to control the content. And I was like, yo, listen, you got me here to do content for you.
Yeah.
We're going to do it my way, because I know how to make you go viral.
True.
If you're going to keep on trying to bring your nose into this thing, then it's not going to work out, because then you're going to trap my creativity, and I'm going to be forced to follow your rules. And then when it doesn't get results, you're going to say, oh, you didn't shoot it properly. It's not because of the idea. So I always mention to clients in meetings, I'm like, if you're going to interfere with my work, if you're going to tell me, no, I don't want this idea, I don't want this. Obviously, you can have opinions, but I don't want you to force something upon me.
Okay.
And if you do that, then we cannot work, regardless of the amount of money and everything, because I don't like headaches. I don't think you like headaches either.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hate headaches. So these headache clients, if I see like a few bad signs from them, I'm just like, yo, you can have your money back, and then I'll go do my own thing.
Yeah. Fahad Kaleem, actually, we also talked about this on the podcast that we did. He also faces this issue. So because what you've learned as a business owner through your MBA or your marketing degree doesn't necessarily align with what modern day marketing is, because it's changing every single day.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why some business owners feel like they need to put in an amount of control because they think that's the right thing, even though content and virality, the algorithm, these things are changing every day. Wouldn't you agree with that?
100%. You know, one of my friends, many of you people know him maybe, Tamer. You know Tamer? The real estate guy.
Yeah.
He does personal branding for real estate. He said that I would never hire a person with a marketing degree just because that the whole social media framework changes within every few months.
True.
If you're not aligned, if you're not following within these months, then there is no point. Because your marketing degree does not teach you what's happening now.
Yeah.
It teaches you what was happening back then.
True. Yeah.
Which is useless, completely useless.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think that if you want to be in social media and everything, then you do have to literally research daily. If I could show you my screen time, I'm on Instagram and TikTok for like 6-7 hours a day on each app, just researching, finding ideas and everything, you know, because that's all it is. If you cannot do this, then there's no point of you being here. Right. This is the bare minimum you could do.
Do you use AI in your thought process for real content creation?
No. Now many people would be like, why? AI helps you a lot. But if you use too much AI, then it will ruin your creativity.
Okay.
And I do not want that to happen.
All right.
It's because I think even my dad told me like a few days ago, because you know back then there was no Google Maps in Dubai. And I was like, okay, then how did you go to Abu Dhabi and come back to Sharjah? He was like, we remembered.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now can you go to Abu Dhabi and come back? He's like, no. I'm like, why? Because he was like, this app just made it easier. Why should I try to think? Why should I try to remember when I could literally press on a few keys and then that's it? I know where to go. That's what AI does. AI just burns your creativity.
Yeah.
It makes you rely on it. And then it's just terrible because there are some points where when I've went on meetings with clients, I would close them and then 10 minutes later, I would shoot because I would already know what to shoot. I already have content ideas, you know? And it's very easy to come up with them for me. I take like 5-10 minutes to create like 6 ideas and then we immediately get to shooting. If I relied on AI, then I couldn't have done that, you know? So it does burn your creativity and that's why I haven't dug deep into it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely have to in the future. I mean, I cannot keep on thinking. My hairs will fall out, bro. I can't keep on thinking forever.
I have friends that use AI to talk to girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
For real, to come up with ideas and shit, what to say. But no, you know what you've said. I did a podcast with and this lady. She has the largest animation studio in the GCC. So that was a little bit over a year ago, and she said exactly the same thing as you. Now you don't have a double PhD, but you're smart enough to realize that, just like how we got access to a lot of ease through, for example, Google Maps or Wikipedia or blah blah blah. It essentially makes you lazy. It makes your brain loses that ability because now it's
100%.
now it's easier. So 100%. And she and you said the exact same thing. So that just says a lot about you and how you think.
Yeah.
So that's excellent.
Appreciate you, Habibi.
Yeah. Now moving on, I would like to ask you. Has it ever happened that someone you've decided to work with look at you and your age, how young you are, and have had a hard time, taking you seriously?
Oh, okay. Not really, partly because I don't look my age. So usually I don't get this question, but even if I did get it, I would just be like, listen, I've been trusted by multinational companies, and these are the results, and these are the messages of them thanking me for my service. If you think I'm too young to work with you, then that's on you. Because if anything, I'm gonna work with your competitors, and then they're gonna overtake you, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, I should have worked with them.
Yeah.
So it's not my loss. I don't care. Because I know there are other people that will work with me. If I've worked with multinational companies like Dahlmeier, then why would I even bug out? Because if they trusted me with their content, then I'm doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
All right, makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, you're only 19 and it's been 1 billion views so far.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the future?
Plans for the future. I definitely do want to scale my company. I do want to get a warehouse in Dubai within like the next year.
Inshallah.
And in that warehouse, I'm just going to have everything related to social media. I'm going to have a whole podcast room. I'm going to have like my sales team. I'm going to have a sales team and they're going to have their own deck. I'm going to have a content creation side. I'm going to have a photography thing and everything. It's going to be like a big social media hub that everyone could just come create content and sit there for completely free.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to charge anyone anything because I don't believe that you should be charged to follow your dreams.
Right.
So I do want to do that. And I definitely do want to work on being a better son to my parents. Because, guys, always remember, at the end of the day, everything can be replaced except for your mom and dad.
True.
You have one mom, you have one dad. That's it.
Yeah.
If they're gone, there's no such thing as second mom, second dad. So never try to disrespect them. I understand if they're a bit hard to deal with sometimes, but they're just looking out for you.
Yeah.
And that's their way of love.
Yeah.
You know? So look out for your parents, look out for yourself, don't disagree with them, and just focus on your work and try to make them proud. Because that's all they want to see.
Excellent. And I'm sure your parents are proud, especially when they listen to this.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about people that sell courses? Because you did mention that professors who teach marketing, if they were truly successful through their marketing or through their business, they wouldn't sell courses. But now we see a lot of gurus sell courses. Do you think, what are your thoughts on that?
See, I think people with genuine experience and genuine results should have the right to sell their expertise for money. But if you do not have the results, if you haven't done this before, then you have no right to teach others how to do it.
Okay. And do you specifically know people that you think sell fake courses? Have you seen that?
Sell fake courses. Yeah, there are people, but I can't mention names, obviously. But yeah, I mean, see, at the end of the day, people just want to make money and hustle.
Yeah.
And I respect the hustle, but I don't respect the way that you're trying to hustle.
Yeah.
Because if you actually don't know or don't have enough knowledge about something, then you shouldn't be teaching it to other people.
Would you sell courses in the future personally?
I wouldn't sell courses. I would sell consultations to other agency owners.
Yeah.
Instead. I feel like that would be way better to do. because in courses and everything, it's low ticket, and you have to teach from the ground up. While with consultation, it can be high ticket, and you're teaching already business that are established on how to create content, which is just way easier.
I agree.
And it's gonna be like way better to deal with them than with these new Gen Z people. You know what I'm saying?
No, it makes sense. True,
Yeah.
true. And I think now that content is evolving like really fast now with AI especially, it's gonna become a much bigger share of the companies and their marketing budgets. It's going to be much
yeah.
bigger focus in the
Definitely.
future. How do you see content changing like in the near future? Do you think there's going to be some shift?
There's obviously gonna be some shift. I mean, there's a shift every 6 months. There has to be a shift in content. But if your question is, will content ever die? I don't think so. Because if anything, we're moving towards social media more and more every day than going back. So I don't think there will come a time where there will not be a thing such as content. I think content will always exist, and I think it will always be a powerhouse of a company.
Do you think AI will replace you at a certain point?
AI will replace me at a certain point. See, to be honest, I haven't thought about that, but I don't think so. Because I think when the human does the work, it's way better than how the AI does it. And I'm not speaking in terms of what do you call it, like the ideas and whatever. I'm speaking in terms of communication. I'm speaking in terms of building the connection with the client and everything. You don't want to just feel like you're talking to a robot all day. You want someone that's actually gonna share thoughts with you, someone that's gonna take your criticism, someone that's gonna help you, someone that's gonna help you reach your goals in content. You know, so I do think that's something that a lot of people look for, which is building that connection with their marketing guy. I don't know if you're weird, then you're gonna build a connection with AI, but
Yeah.
usually I think that it's better if humans run it. But obviously there will come a time where AI will run content. I mean, it's already happening. We've seen those AI generated videos. It's already
Yeah.
happening. So, but
Can you tell if someone created content and used AI for the script? I think you can tell.
Yeah.
You kind of understand from the kind of vocabulary that they're using.
yeah, 100%.
And like very generic ideas.
Yeah, it's very easy to tell if a video is AI generated or not.
Yeah.
Because if the video is just using too advanced, the script is too advanced on the video, then I just know that there's no way a human made this. Like, you don't have to use crazy long words and scripts to justify an offer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can tell the difference between AI scripts and normal scripts.
This just popped up in my head. As an agency owner, I also have a media business. I've personally had this problem where the companies that I work with, they have marketing managers. So when we're onboarding the client, the most amount of problems that we see are from the marketing managers because they think for some reason, some of them, that you are going to replace them. So you're an agency, they don't have to pay for your visa. They're paying you less than what they're paying the marketing manager, which is usually in the tens of thousands, and you're doing all the work. Like the marketing manager, all they're doing is just assisting you.
Yeah.
Have you had that problem where marketing managers have tried to like create problems or they felt insecure?
Not with me, but with my friends. Because with me, usually I go for companies that don't have a marketing manager.
Yeah.
And they usually have just like videographers and stuff, so there's no actual head
Right.
of it. I mean, only for Dalmayer, I don't remember if they had a marketing manager or not, but maybe they did. But other than that, no, to me it hasn't happened. But it is true what these marketing managers think. Because obviously, if the owner of the company sees that he doesn't have to pay your visa, you're 10 times cheaper than handling this marketing manager, you're better at getting results.
Yeah.
Why would he keep the marketing manager?
Yeah.
So I kind of understand their point of view, like the marketing manager. Obviously, they don't want to lose their job,
Yeah.
and I cannot blame them for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, do your job better. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? That's what I think.
Exactly. If now, inshallah, you are planning to scale, and once you if you decide to shift niches, you're probably going to be met with companies that have departments and all that. If you were to be faced with this issue, how would you handle it?
I would, to be honest, if the marketing manager's job was actually in jeopardy, and there's a chance of him being fired, I wouldn't go on with the deal.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't, because I know that this guy has like spent 4 years to get his university degree, and he has done a lot to get this job, and I think it's unfair for me as a 19-year-old with 2 years of experience in marketing just to take his job. I would just leave it, and I wouldn't take this guy away from his
That's
job.
actually very surprising. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not selfish. I mean, if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't want that, you know. So I don't want to put someone in this position. Maybe he has a family that's relying on him, and I just kicked him out of his job just for me to take the money. So
No, makes sense. That's very admirable. And
Yeah.
we're going to wrap this up now. It was a pleasure, man. Thank you so much. You share a lot of
so much.
important value for the people. And
Yeah.
thank you so much.
appreciate you, Habibi. It's a pleasure, wallah. It's a
Likewise,
pleasure.
man. Yalla.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right. Yeah, we're done.